And we're back on the air, the Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra on GJRB Online. We're doing 50 minutes of nonstop talking music and stuff like that. And we're headed into the gun lamp hour of our program here, the last hour of the Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra on GJRB Online. And we'll be getting into weather on the fives here real soon, and give you our next update on weather from our friends at the Weather Nation. And then we're going to start our next hour of the Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra. So if you like our program, we'd love to hear from you and find out what's on your minds this afternoon. We get into our program. It's the final hour. And I thought we'd kind of take a little break, maybe play some music a little bit here, and see if we can find some audience somewhere. So we're going to kind of post around and see what's out there on GJRB Online, the Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra, here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker. Let's see what we got here. Why don't we just do that? Moderate Christian rock. We got crooners coming up next Friday. We're going to do crooners next Friday. So tune in for that here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker across America. And I thought we'll just take a break and play some music, a little bit of Christian rock, plays from our Christian playlist from Adrian Steyer. This is a fabulous song called Majesty.
Christ the King upon the cross, crying tears of love for us. Your mercy is amazing. As you hang upon your throne, naked, bleeding, and alone, only you are worthy. Majesty, majesty. Crown of thorns upon your head, precious Lord, oh how you bled, and in your blood you cleanse me. Majesty, majesty, glory be to you alone. Majesty, majesty, glory be to you alone. Your kingdom's not upon this earth, royal blood and royal birth. Your subjects so unworthy. Majesty, majesty, glory be to you alone. Majesty, royalty, Christ the King upon the throne.
GJRB Online here on Spreaker across America, and music from Adrian Steyer, latest from our Christian list, Majesty, on GJRB Online. Gary J. Russen with you here on the Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra. About 4 minutes before the hour here on Spreaker, 4 minutes before the hour, 5 o'clock in the Central Time Zone, 6 o'clock Eastern, and on the Pacific, of course, it is getting close to the... 3 o'clock hour, isn't it? Yeah. 4 minutes to 3 o'clock in the Pacific right now. And you're listening to the Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra. Thanks a lot for tuning into the program. As always, a pleasure to do the program with you here on GJRB Online. If you have a comment and stuff, I'd love to hear from you in the last hour. And so far, no Ben again today. So next week, we're going to be doing Sports Page. And so be aware of that. Right now, though, it's time for our weather on the fives right now. And let's take a look at what we got here as far as that is concerned. We're going to take a look at some of the weather conditions across the land and looking at some of the rain that's in some of the areas. But first, let's take a look at tonight's low temperature. 59 degrees in Seattle. Portland, Oregon's expecting 59. 51 degrees in Billings, Montana. 48 degrees in Bismarck, North Dakota. 66 degrees in Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota. St. Louis checking in with 76 for tonight, 75 for Little Rock. And if you get down to Florida, our warmest temperature is Miami at 89 degrees. Continuing our night's low, Spokane, Washington's going to have 56 degrees. Fargo, North Dakota, 53, 51. So here's Weather Nation.
The National Weather Service office in Missoula calling this Ogtober because it's August, but the mountains with a fresh coating of snow looking more like October. Look at the cars in the parking lot. It looks like they got light dusting maybe too. It's not super unusual to see snow, especially up into the high country at Glacier National Park this early in the year, but it's a quick reminder that fall is around the corner. As if having your entire Facebook feed of kids going back to school wasn't a reminder, or the Halloween candy at the grocery store. I still can't get over that one. My daughter already has her Halloween costume picked out. I'm still in August. Frankly, I'm still in June and July. But unfortunately in Montana and the Dakotas, they're very much in Ogtober, as a very potent cold front brought some cooler air. But notice, where temperatures are much, much cooler than yesterday, they're kind of running into an area where temperatures are much warmer than they were yesterday. And the clash of those two air masses along that cold front giving us some strong storms through the heart of the country, some of that spreading into northeastern parts of Wyoming. And keep in mind, that's also keeping the fire danger around here as well. A little bit of dry lightning out of the question. Those storms are going to move out pretty quickly, though. Look at how quiet it's expected to be into Sunday morning. It's going to be another cool one. Some 40s possible in cities like Dickinson, North Dakota, 47 in Havre, and of course that elevation, anything you see there in blue could drop back into the 30s. Probably not any snowfall because the system is moving east, but still a stark reminder that the crisp and cool fall mornings aren't too far behind. The good news, if you're not a fan of the cool area, if you're like me and you're still in summer, look at the high temperatures for tomorrow. We've got a big surge in warmth coming right back to the region. So from the 60s to the 70s, 80s, and 90s in eastern parts of the Northwest. Meanwhile, things are going to be quiet and calm and clear. 93 in Boise, 74 in Seattle for the day on Sunday. We talked about that fire danger, and Joe is going to join us in a bit to talk more about that as it lingers into the day on Sunday. Some red flag warnings and fire weather watches likely popping right back up with a few of those dry thunderstorms. We're watching another cold front coming in from Canada, and then a low pressure system into Monday that could bring some strong storms in the heart of the country. But other than that, Sunday, Monday, sunshine, quiet temperatures, quiet conditions and warm temperatures, getting up to 95 in Billings, 88 in Missoula, so that cold air is going to come and go before you even know it did. 82 in Portland, 76, not bad to start off the work week in Seattle with some of that morning marine layer right off the coastline. Another quiet start to the day on Monday. Could see some building clouds and maybe an isolated storm as that cold front goes over the Rockies, but generally any rain that we see in the region is going to be very minimal. And of course, that's why we have the dry thunderstorm potential and that fire danger in tow. 90s. I talked about Missoula being in October. Forget that. You'll go from the 70s today, 80s tomorrow, and then into the low to mid 90s. our way into next week. It's also going to be summer in Medford, 97 on Tuesday into Medford's highs. And it should be pretty nice. Maybe a little bit too hot a bit farther to the south, though. The tricky part is, as we see some warmth returning back to the northwest, Joe, the southwest is going to see some big heat and still a little bit of humidity with those monsoon storms.
Yeah, you know, this time of year we get that pattern with more of that southerly flow that ushers in the moisture. Look at that, sunny out, and the rain was coming on down in Tempe, Arizona on Friday. Now it's looking like beyond today, should be a little bit quieter for Sunday in terms of rainfall chances, but the heat is certainly staying and even building across the southwest in our mainly dry forecast. You want to beat the heat? Head to the higher elevations or the cooler coast. And again, it'll be perfect for those California beaches in terms of temperatures. Here's a peek at the desert southwest, though. That high heat is going to return for the middle of the week. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we have an excessive heat watch posted for Las Vegas. And get this, Death Valley. One of the hottest places we always talk about. Even they have an excessive heat watch, so it's going to be incredibly hot there. We also have excessive heat warnings in place from southeastern California through Yuma, Arizona, Phoenix, and Tucson, all included for your Tuesday and Wednesday. Here's why. We go from around 108, 109 degrees the next couple of days, just 3 or 4 degrees above normal in Phoenix, to 113 on Tuesday, 114 on Wednesday, and even 110 into your Thursday. So the heat cranking that back up across the southwest. It's dry, too, in many areas. Always have to look out for those fire weather concerns this time of year. And, in fact, we have red flag warnings in place through the weekend. Carissa was showing us that fire danger for parts of the northwest, but states like Utah, Colorado, even over towards the Texas Panhandle, also included in the red flag warning and high fire danger. Northeast Colorado, you've got a chance for a few active thunderstorms. There's our moisture for the rest of today, but much of the rest of the region will be quiet, and overnight, not really going to see a drop of rainfall, if you will. We could see a little activity for Sunday, but overall, things are looking a lot quieter. Low temperatures for the overnight. 64 in Albuquerque, 63 in Los Angeles, and a very warm 83 in Phoenix. We get into the triple digits from El Paso to Phoenix to Las Vegas. A little bit more tolerable out towards LA and San Diego. We got some comfortable 70s out there for your highs. Mid-90s in Grand Junction and Denver. And of course, we'll likely see some heat continue into our Monday. Isolated pop-up thunderstorms here. Very isolated, I should say, for southeastern Arizona. Southern New Mexico for Sunday. The rest of us should be quiet. Like I said, that heat will stick around. Look at Denver and Grand Junction on Monday. Those two cities in Colorado getting up to 97 degrees. 97 as well in Albuquerque, 96 in Salt Lake City. San Francisco, though, beating the heat, that natural air conditioner there in the Bay Area, with highs just shy of 70. As we look at Monday, a better chance for some pop-up storms in New Mexico and Colorado as we go into the afternoon. Denver, your average high this time of year, 87. We're going to be as much as 10 degrees above normal by the time we get into Monday. Looks like a good bet for some storms on Wednesday, and those temperatures stay hot all the way through the week. Yeah, look at that heat in Salt Lake City. The coolest high temperature is 94. That just gives you an idea of how hot it's going to be here all across the region.
The coolest?
And like I said, LA, a little bit cooler for Sunday, but heating up as we go through the week. Head to weathernationtv.com right now, enter in your city and state, and you'll get your local forecast right there.
And there you go, Weather Nation. Of course, they are the fabulous people who bring you their weather forecast right here on Weather on the Fives, right here on GJRB Online. The Weather on the Fives, 25 and 45 on all music shows, 25 and 55 on all talk shows, or any time in the hour that ends in 5. The Gary Russen program on GJRB Online. We're going to take a brief break, and we'll flip over here, and we'll be right back with more of the Gary Russen program, Saturday Extra.